Hello, everyone. We'd like to welcome you to another little presentation here. So glad you took a few minutes to join us today. Today, I want to share a couple highlights from this month's Wellness Wednesday. Now, Beamer USA has a medical panel of 4 doctors, and on the second Wednesday of each month, one of them will be sharing a presentation. And you can catch it live at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and all you need to do is type in beamer-ww.com. So pretty easy to remember, beamer dash, and the WW stands for Wellness Wednesday, right? .com. And of course, these presentations are recorded if you can't make it live. Now, this past month, Dr. Dylan Jenkins, he's a chiropractor, and he shared a really powerful message about something that we all care about. That's how do we maintain our energy as we move into our golden years, and how that really begins much earlier in our life. Dylan started using the Beamer in his early 20s, and now he balances a full life. He's got his family, he has 2 young children, and a very busy chiropractic practice. So, how do you keep up with all of that? He says he has one simple habit that he starts every day with an 8-minute Beamer session. And so I'd like to now share one point from his presentation that really stood out to me. So hold on one second while I pull this up, get that out of the way, and here it is. Okay, so it was this right here, a comparative study. Some of you have seen this study before because it's been around for a long time. This study came out back in 2013. Like I said, we've been using it for years. But what they did is they studied the Beamer unit against 5 other devices, pulse electromagnetic fields. And at first, what they did is they checked the amount of oxygen in their bloodstream. And then they used the particular unit or modality. And what we found is that the people who used the Beamer increased the amount of oxygen in their cells by, look at this, like 16%, just after an 8-minute session on the Beamer. Everybody came back on day 2 and did the modality, whatever the modality was supposed to happen. For the Beamer, it's 8 minutes. Other devices they need to use for 30 minutes or an hour. And then afterwards, they checked their oxygen in their cells, and they found that the ones on the Beamer increased the amount of oxygen in their cells by 26%. And then on the third day, they did it again. And notice we have here an increase by almost 30% more oxygen in your cells. Now, you might be looking at this and saying, wait a minute, what happened on day 4? Everything dropped down. Yeah, because on day 4, they did not do any sessions whatsoever. They just came back and let's test everything to see if there's a residual. And those that were using the Beamer had a residual. Here we are, 12% more oxygen in their cells compared to day 1. You can notice all the other PEMF devices, they didn't do as well. Actually, they didn't even do as good as Beamer when Beamer was turned off, right? So let's pause for a moment and let's answer this question. Why is that important? Well, oxygen is extremely important. From your very first breath you take, every breath that follows, oxygen is essential. Every cell in your body needs oxygen in order to produce energy. And energy is what keeps that cell alive, keeps that cell functioning, doing the things that the cell needs to do. And when the oxygen delivery is limited, you may begin to notice fatigue, slower recovery, discomfort, and over time, an imbalance in the body, which can even lead to disease. So supporting how the oxygen gets delivered throughout your body is foundational to overall health. So just breathing, although that's important, we now need to take that oxygen and get it out to every cell. And that's where circulation comes in, because it's not just about how much oxygen you have, it's about how well it's delivered. And the Beamer is designed to support microcirculation. the flow of blood through the smallest vessels of the body. These tiny vessels are where the oxygen and the nutrients are actually delivered to your cells and where the waste and toxins are carried away. And here's something that a lot of times we never think about. Those smallest vessels rely on little rhythmic movements, little pumping actions to keep the blood flowing effectively. And so why was BEMER different? Why did they go up off the charts when the other ones hardly did any difference? Because BEMER technology is built around a proprietary signal. It's supported by over 90 patents worldwide. And so no other PEMF device has the BEMER signal. You see, the PEMF is the carrier, and the BEMER signal is the message that's being delivered. The design is intended to support that natural rhythmic movement of those smallest vessels, helping to optimize circulation at the cellular level. And so truly, it's not just the field, it's the signal within the field that makes the difference. So you can have oxygen in your bloodstream, but if the circulation isn't moving efficiently at the smallest level, delivery is the issue. And it's not about having oxygen, but it's about getting it to where it needs to go. So the takeaway is this: energy, healing, long-term vitality all begin with healthy circulation. And healthy circulation supports how the oxygen will reach every cell in your body. So sometimes it's the smallest vessels that make the biggest difference. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little message, and I'm interested in any questions or comments that you may have.